There we go.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Shannon.
It's your man Terrence J.
And this is
The Last Podcast.
And why is this the last podcast, Terrence J?
Well, depending on what we say and what we do, or what we do, this could quite possibly be the last podcast.
What was that last part?
Depending on what we do or what we say, this could quite possibly
You said
be.
depending on what we say, what we do, or what we do.
No, I said depending on what we say and what we do. I said or what we do. I didn't mean to say and what we do. I meant to say or.
Okay,
I
just
cleaned
didn't
it
know.
up.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Are you good? We good now?
Yeah.
All right.
I just don't like deviation and routine.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook. It is The Last Podcast 1. And on Instagram, it's _ The Last Podcast. So love for you guys to connect with us on our socials. Go on there. We are live on Facebook and our YouTube page. So please go on there and check us out there. So as we are going, if you see us divvying with our phones, we are sharing out the show. You know why? Because ain't nobody in here but us, okay? This is what we do. We are a 2-man team.
We do all the work. I built this set. I built this desk. He gonna try to say he did not. I built this desk. I bought all this stuff in here. Y'all see? Me.
Is that right? Is that right? All right.
He even broke my camera one time.
Yo, let's not relive that.
Okay.
Anyway,
that's still
soft spot. Sore spot. Yeah. Let's do
sorry.
that. Yeah. With that being said, get off of me. Hey, let's give our disclaimer.
We will still be friends after the show, no matter what is said, no matter what is done. Even if he broke a very expensive camera and just kind of looked like a doe-eyed deer, it's okay. We're still friends.
We've been trying to recoup that money ever since. So if y'all want to donate to this show, so that's
we're up to $39.99. It's been 5 years.
5 years, for real.
For real, been 5 years.
Yeah.
So if you are, for our official disclaimer, unofficial disclaimer, if you are easily offended by fat shaming, if you are easily offended by MAGA shaming, if you're easily offended by yep. If you are easily offended by any shaming, your asshole will probably get tight a couple of times during the show, but you are going
like that. Huh? Some people like that.
I heard.
Take that.
I go back and forth if we should cover that trial or not. My moral compass is really
Why is that? Why is your moral compass challenged with the Diddy trial?
I don't know, because I'm going through a spiritual awakening. And
oh Lord,
I'm going through a spiritual awakening.
You know, some people we know go through spiritual awakenings and
isolate,
and and can't do stupid stuff like I'm not gonna say that.
Thank you, because it was not stupid.
No, I ain't talking about it was stupid
to you.
No.
Oh.
You asked for something. Somebody's on this spiritual journey.
That's what I'm saying. But what I asked for was not stupid.
Oh, so, true. Yes.
Anyway, I'm back to my spiritual journey. So I'm on this spiritual journey where I am really connecting with God on a level that I've never had before. So there's certain things I don't even have time to want to think about, or not time. I don't have the desire. And Diddy is one of them. I don't know why, but I feel
the D. Listen,
the Diddler.
It's Diddy. Shout out to Diddy and all of your shenanigans, brother, because jail time is looking at you in the face.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. I see like little snippets from people discussing it, on social media or whatever. I really don't look at much of it.
I'm so surprised.
I know. Well, I'm not. I'm not, because I was never. If you notice, I only pay attention to Diddy was never ever on my radar. Like I've never been invested in Diddy either way. So I only pay attention to what I'm invested in. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm just this well-rounded person. I like what I like, and that's what I stick with.
You are you rounded. I don't know how well you rounded, but it's some lumps and crevices in the round
You sitting here
rotundness
looking like
of
a
you.
blue bag of potatoes.
Listen, you big back. I'm a bag of potatoes. Mrs. Potato Head over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Diddy, I mean, and again, I'm sure we will eventually have some things to say because a lot of things are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things are coming out, about him that are very interesting. I just, there's this thing going around that white people have made up called black fatigue, as if we have not been tired of y'all asses since the inception, right?
Whoa, wait, black fatigue.
You haven't heard that? Black fatigue?
No.
Yeah, so
they're tired of us?
Yeah, they're tired of us.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
You tired of us?
Yeah, black
hold the hell on.
So you haven't heard black fatigue?
I ain't heard no damn black fatigue.
So we will have to do a whole segment on black fatigue next week if we're here. Yeah, so I have Diddy fatigue already. I had Diddy fatigue before this all started. So
okay, well,
and here's the other thing. I don't need to know anything else about Diddy. Once I saw the footage of what he did to Cassie, and people say, and I've seen women, which is so disgusting to me, talk about Cassie. Why didn't she do that? Well, we actually saw what happened when she tried to leave. When he beat her ass and drug her from the elevator. She wasn't going downstairs to get ice and a Coke. She was trying to leave, and we saw what happened. And I don't need to see anything else about Diddy to know what type of person he is. And for those who say, people can change, people can change. People rarely do change. And if you are a grown ass man to even hit a woman to begin with, but the way that he beat her was so disgusting. That's probably why I cannot, honestly. Now that I think, I'm glad we talked that out.
I'm glad we did too.
Therapy.
Now you have gotten to it, and here on the Radio Therapy Network.
Listen,
this is what we do here.
This is what we do. We do therapy here.
Yeah.
If you're struggling with drug addiction, call us.
Yeah, call us. Yeah.
Depending on what type of drug it is, we may ask you to bring us some.
And we will help you get through
it. All of it. If you're struggling with, not because if you got meth and crack, don't come to us. We don't care about that.
No, listen. Come, because we got jokes.
No, I don't want to make a joke about a crackhead and a meth head.
You've been making jokes about crackheads since I know you. What the hell are you talking about?
Not anymore. I'm on a spiritual journey.
You looked at people like, I think they do meth. what the hell? Listen, slow down. Watch this. This is just real friends. Slow your spiritual journey down because your ass can't change on me like that. Because let's not do this, okay?
Gotcha. Yeah.
I don't want to make a joke of crackhead. That's all you do.
I don't anymore. But if you are struggling with I don't know, gummy addiction, an edible addiction, bring it all here, and so we can help you. We can pray for you.
Yeah, close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Put it on table and close your eyes.
And let us discard of it properly.
Yeah, because if you leave it in your hands.
Because we do not condone.
If we leave it in your hands,
drug abuse.
You're going to do that, and we want to make sure. So give us a call. Holler at us right here.
1-800, we do therapy.
That's what we do. Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, because you got to say that because that's kind of illegal.
We can say, what kind of therapy?
You're right. We are the unregistered therapy. Y'all know
it. We the UV. Okay.
Yes. So that's our disclaimer a long time ago and everything else. And we worked out why you didn't want to cover Diddy. And so now we've got to that.
Diddy go burn in hell.
Yeah.
That's why he can't close his mouth. That's why God, but remember I kept saying, man, God is really smushing Diddy's face in. Because it is like it was here and then it just started. That's why you can't close your mouth because you're so full of evil. So
yeah, and baby oil. Yeah.
Never trust a man who can't close his mouth. You know what? It's so funny. I'm not gonna tell this. Should I tell this?
I thought you were about to say use baby oil.
No, I would say this. I have
because I'm ashy. and lotion don't be getting in the cracks good. So I put the baby oil in the cracks, and then I put the lotion. This ain't what we talking about.
Actually,
sorry.
don't use baby oil. Use the baby oil gel. I put you on to help you with your ashy ass.
Listen, does it have any petroleum in it? Because I didn't give up. Like I was in a room with Dick Gregory, right? And Dick Gregory was talking about, and you dumb niggas put the petroleum all on your baby and slide their face. What is petroleum? It's gas, nigga. So Dick Gregory went off on using any petroleum-based stuff because he said you put it in your car, then you slap it on your baby. You dumb niggas. So shout out Dick Gregory. Rest in peace.
I mean, you can extract it, but
well, I listen. He's one of the pillars and leaders of knowledge of our. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory. I used to love those one-on-one talks with him. Miss that dude. That was a good time. Anyway, let's get into the show.
What a weird.
Yeah, our weekly rundown.
What a weird shameless plug.
Listen.
Go ahead. Weekly rundown.
Weekly rundown. Few topics, just a few, couple this week. Few things that we have not been able to talk about since we have not seen you guys in a couple weeks. That we always got to put our last podcast spin on. So we're gonna jump into one that's near and dear to myself and Shannon, and that's that damn Samsung update. Let me let you know something. Samsung,
you have screwed us for the last time.
Samsung, let me tell you something. You done pissed us off.
And
we've been over here because I'm gonna tell you what Samsung people do. We mind our own business.
We don't have to deal with what the Apple people go. No shade to Apple, but we don't have to deal with none of the shit y'all go through.
We don't give a damn about what Apple is going through. We don't care. We let them do them, but ain't nobody more bothered than an Apple user to us.
Yeah, oh my God.
So
why do y'all Apple users? Can I ask you a question? Why do y'all care so much?
They care.
And you do understand that the phones, the camera, all the stuff that y'all kind of enjoy or starting to enjoy because you just got it. We've been had it.
Shannon, care.
My Note 3.
Shannon, they absolutely care. And you can be minding your business online, and all of a sudden, I get friends that would send me inboxes about Android. If I have somebody send me, if you use an Android, they said that you're suspect. I was like, yo, I'm minding my own Android business.
Suspect, like as in a homosexual?
Yes. If you have an Android, that's how much iPhone people worry about Samsung.
But so, and here's what I tell the Apple users. You have a phone. I have a system. We ain't gonna never be the same. But this is not about Apple.
This is about Samsung. Because we minded our own
how y'all
business.
treated us like we were Apple.
Let me tell you something. That update that came through that changed the layout of the phone. You can't update this damn phone without changing the layout. I done got comfortable.
Oh my God.
With the way my phone operates.
Has been operating. My question is, why? Like the changes make absolutely no sense. Why would y'all do my what you call it like
your
that?
Notification, your top bar.
Yeah, like why would y'all do that? And why did y'all move the restart button? Who the fuck is Gemini?
And then here's the thing. So when you swipe down from the top to get all your notifications, you can swipe on the left, swipe on the right. Look how big these damn thumbs is. I'm swiping every damn thing.
And I have to, I'm trying to, because I have a lot of notifications all the time. And so I'm trying to look at my notifications. I'm like, well, what is this screen? Because I'm one of those people. Yeah, I have this phone. I don't know what this phone does. I know it does a lot of stuff. And it has a lot of, this phone wants you to know how special and important it is. And I get that. And Samsung felt like we were not appreciating it. So it said, oh, we're going to put it all in your face.
There you go.
You can't escape it.
You can't. You don't move my search bar to the bottom. So now I have to find where the hell I search for. It was at the top, right in my face. It's at the bottom now. I'm holding it at the damn bottom of the phone.
Can you change it though?
No, you cannot change it. Oh. And why is my weather widget so damn big?
Why is my weather widget so small?
You know what?
I bet Samsung said, "Shut up."
You know what? I know these phone damn listen to me, so I'm talking straight to you, Samsung. We have been nothing but good to you.
Nothing.
We ain't got on here and listen, because I'm gonna tell you, even as much as the Apple users talk about the Samsung and Android people, they dog their own phones out.
Oh.
We don't do you like that. And you done came in here and overstepped your boundaries. You ain't asked nobody nothing. So I'm just letting y'all know.
A way to customize it.
Did you?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And it might be a way to customize it, because we ain't never said we the smartest. We just said that we don't like you changing shit without our permission.
But here's the thing. I feel like it's always been there, but we just use the phone. Like y'all, we know it's a system. It works and it's a great working system.
I had a buddy tell me,
stop.
An Android is like the people who wanted to buy 5-speed stick shifts back in the day, and the Apple is like an automatic. And I said, hey man, don't complain because you're incompetent to drive something more than where you could just put it in drive and go. I said, because I'm ambidextrous and I can shift the gear and move my feet and everything else. That's not a flex. So all I'm saying is I'm upset with Samsung. That's all. And get your act together, because I don't have nowhere to go, because I'm not going over to the other side, because they got real problems. They got people looking at your cameras. They got people. I don't want to do that. No. All right. So
yeah, I mean, y'all got some spy issues over there down to the Apple, but
yeah,
and I
Pixel's looking pretty good, Samsung.
And when I see people with Samsung phones, this is probably a bias, but when I see a person has a Samsung phone, I was like, that's an intelligent ass. Like intelligent people just has. I'm not saying that intelligent people don't have Apple, but there's just a certain caliber of people who have a Samsung. So
it is. So get it together. Yeah. That's all we saying.
Yeah, Samsung. Come on now.
And Samsung, if you need some help, holler at us. 1-800.
And Samsung,
we do therapy on phone too.
You do not have to turn my phone on dark mode. When you do, I'm a happy girl. I'm a cheerful giver.
Your phone got switched to dark mode?
I'm pink. I was like, why is it so hazy and dim?
You ruined your whole day.
Poor young Randall. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, wanted to also, you know what, Kenneth, you're right. It's like they try to copy Apple. Don't follow second place. Don't do that.
And see, I don't know what the Apple copying is, because I'm not about Apple. I mean, I'm so sorry. Not really.
Hey, listen, let's get into this other topic. We got to get into my man, Dante Kyle, right? Dante Kyle has really, taken off with his podcast. I think it's called Eggs and Grits.
Mm-hmm.
And so
grits and eggs.
Grits and eggs. Eggs and grits. Breakfast food, okay?
Which I love.
Yeah, so I do too. I was gonna give a joke with that, but I was like,
it don't matter. I was gonna give one right back.
Yeah, I know, but breakfast.
Yeah,
gotta start the day.
Breakfast food for dinner.
Look at it. This is what fat people talk about. Like, we was gonna have a whole conversation, but now we about to go into breakfast.
You're right.
Really?
You're right.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
All right. So
really then, but we'll talk about breakfast later.
Yeah, we'll do that. Anybody serving breakfast when we get off the show?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Dante Kyle with the Grits and Eggs podcast, or Eggs and Grits, one of them. He had a video, and pretty much it was talking about being able to understand where Black women are coming from, also been able to acknowledge some of the things they have to go through. And so I posted the video because I thought it was a good video, and I posted it out and I said, yo, dudes make a lot of good points in here, let's rock with it. And then I started to see a lot of people come up against the video and have a different reaction to it. And I was like, well, wait a minute.
What was the reaction?
Some reaction was, well, like he said in his video, hey man, you cap it to the ladies. You are trying to grow your brand on your podcast. You're not truthful in what you're saying all the time. Why do we have to be responsible for the past actions of other guys? And I want to talk about that real quick, right? Do I think that you are solely responsible for the past actions of other guys? No. But let's use a point that he made when he talked about Black people in our dealings with certain white people, right? we understand that there are good people and bad people in all facets of the imagination. But we have to sometimes go on the actions of things that have happened in the group. We have to look at it and say, I don't know. There was a quote that was said by Muhammad Ali. He said, okay, he said, ma'am, he said, take it like this. He said, you tell me some white people are good. He said, and I know that. But let's look at it like this. If there was 1,000 rattlesnakes coming down the hill, and you tell me 100 of those rattlesnakes will not bite me, am I supposed to leave my door open to see which one of the 100 won't, or am I supposed to close my door to all of them? Basically, he was like, yo, I don't have time to take a chance with my life to see which one of the 100 won't bite me.
Right.
And shout out to the 100 that won't, but you are in a group that some will. When we've had this conversation before, Shannon, and I told you I became real sensitive to the safety of ladies operating in the world, right? Mm-hmm. I told you one of the videos I can't stand prank videos that prank women in a way that they fear for their ultimate body safety, right? You jump out in a mummy costume and I'm just scaring the shit out of you for no reason. Different, because nobody has a fear of the mummy jumping and taking over your body, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it may not be a fear,
but
it may be. No.
But I've seen videos where guys have pranked women almost like they were trying to corner them, a possible kidnap or something like that. And those things to me are such in bad taste, because I don't know, but I can only imagine the thought process of a woman being in places that are dimly lit, secluded, where she is a very, very, very minor minority when it comes to population of women versus men. I can only imagine what goes through her head, because guess what? I don't have to think about that. I don't have to think about, because in my head, it will take more than 3 guys in hand-to-hand physical combat to get me.
To kidnap you.
That's not what I'm saying, because I know where you're going with
no,
right.
I'm just trying to help
you. And
you.
there's a reason that you have never been kidnapped.
Yeah, because, well, I got kidnapped one time. They brought me back because I asked too many questions.
Yeah, like, how y'all go pick me up? So you
didn't have any snacks. It was that mayonnaise.
Yeah, we didn't bring no snacks.
Well, I'm not going.
What kind of operation is this?
Right.
So, but
y'all are poor.
You are a poor.
You are a poor.
We don't have to think about that though, Shannon. We don't have to think about that. And so when he said, hey, we have to take accountability for things that have been done to women in the past, I said, where did he miss on it? Because I don't look at it as a quote unquote war on me, right? Mm-hmm. Because there are times when I have known of women to have had some bad sexual experiences, right?
Me too.
I am, and I have always been conscious of how I even move around them, right? I don't know everybody's story, but I'm still conscious of how I move around them, because the mere fact that they might even think that this is a, situation, even, and so I don't know. It's just sometimes when we hear certain things, I'm always asking this question. There's a cycle that has been going around, and I'm pointing a finger at you, you point a finger at me, I'm pointing a finger. So this cycle. So I'm always asking this question. Okay, how do we stop it? Okay, sick of the cycle. How do we stop it? And this is my opinion. You don't have to agree 100% with everything he said. You don't have to. Nobody has to. But can you make a call to say, that, man, he done a lot of stuff. And if you can say that, what I'm asking is, let's just let it ride, right? And let's say let's let it sit. Women are saying, "Hey, yeah, I agree with this. Let's let it sit and let's deal with some of the issues that we see in that." Because on the flip side, I've heard women make some statements about, "Hey, ladies, look, this. And some ladies might not agree with everything she said, but you know what we want? Hey, let it ride because she hit on a lot of points. Don't dissect it so much that you pull the one or two that you say, well, I don't know about this, but just let it ride. Why? Because if you let it ride and we let it ride, we start to slow down
Right.
the cycle.
Well, and I agree with that. I've been saying it for years, right? To allow each side, if I am trying to convey my pain to you, allow me to do it. Allow me space. If you are attempting to share your pain with me, I should be able to allow you the space to have that pain, to sit into that, to sit in what it is that you're saying and listen and be available and not have to rebut with, yeah, but black women also. But when a black man says, "Man, I feel unloved. I feel," well, black women, how long have black women feeling unloved? Where does that go, right?
We don't
Be-
like that.
no,
Just like y'all don't like
no. So
when we
so
do it.
so if a black man says, man, I felt hurt, and we feel like we've been left behind. We feel like it is not our responsibility as a black woman to come back and say, yeah, but look at our pain. We black and we women and we had to da da da. Because now what happens is that we didn't even address the issue, because the black man brought the issue to the table. This is how I'm feeling. And we just completely dismissed it because now we have to one up you on your pain. And that is the issue that we've been dealing with for a long time in the black community. If I say I'm hurt, then you got to come back and say, well, I'm hurt, right?
Mhm.
um in regards to what hurt.
No, it's funny because even on non-serious issues, if you said, "Man, I'm tired," you tired, I'm tired, man, I'm
yeah.
hungry, you hungry. It's like it's always that
Yeah.
that race to see who is the
Who can,
most
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
And now as far as black men protecting black women, I emphatically feel like black men do not do a well enough job of protecting black women. But I also feel like
In what way? Let's get into
um
that.
just okay, so
How would you like to see us? What does that look like for you?
what I would like to see is more accountability from black men to each other. I feel like in order for, because black women have been saying it for a long time. Hey, we don't like when y'all do this or say this. This makes us feel unsafe, unprotected, and it goes on deaf ears, right? And we'll say it, and well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, or do we live under a rock, or do I have to keep saying it? And if I have to keep saying it, that means that you're not listening and you don't care. But wait a minute. So but also I do feel like black women do a piss poor job of creating a safe space for black men to be able to feel vulnerable, right? So
Amen.
we have two huge issues, and both of us are screaming at the same time. I don't feel protected. I don't feel loved. I can't I Because if you can't go to a place and feel vulnerable, then that means that you don't feel love. If I can't tell you my pain and my hurt without being ridiculed or dismissed, that means that there is an absence of respect and love. And if a black man is saying I don't feel respected and loved, and we're saying we don't feel respected and protected, and we just screaming at each other, when do we what happens when we finish screaming, right?
Cycle continues.
It continues. So the first thing is no, and we can have an honest conversation. I do not feel like black men protect black women in a way that is because I want to be mindful of what I say of my words, because I don't want it to be a shtick, or a dig, because this is something that I really feel deeply about. Because if you there was a group of black women in at a restaurant or whatever, having brunch or something, and there was a white guy that comes and says something to the woman, and the the women, like, I guess she denies his advances or whatever. He sits there and he just curses her for filth. Y'all probably saw it was on all over social media. There's a group of black men sitting at the table and they just watch. It makes me wonder what would happen if that was a white man talking to a group of white women. And it does, and it's so sad that that is the first thought that we, because and it's not just my thought. Funny, because you can think something and you go to the comments and everybody has that same thought process. And I said, well, the reason why we have the same thought process is because we are pulling from past experiences, right? We're pulling from what we've seen, what we've experienced, in the past. So when when we talk about protection, and you don't have to get up, and I don't want you to lose your life for me. I don't want, and black women, we have to do a better job of making sure that we are not putting ourselves in a situation to where we have to go get anybody, a black man, whether he's our spouse, our family member, our friend, or just a nice black man who sees that I have my black sister is in distress. We have to make sure that we don't put them in these situations where they can potentially lose their life or their livelihood, because we put ourselves in really dumbass situations, and then we want them to come save us when we put ourselves in a very self-destructive behavior, I mean self-destructive situation to begin with. We have to work on that. We can't say we want y'all to protect us and then can't swim and go out and get deep in the ocean, like what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that makes no sense. And they shouldn't have to lay down their lives just to prove how much they love black women. That's not what we're doing, because we need each other. And if we're always putting our black men in these precarious situations because of our stupidity, we're going to lose them, and we can't afford to lose them. We are already on a very slippery slope as is, right? But
Mhm.
going back to the initial point, no, black men don't do enough to protect us, and it's not just physical protection; it's the accountability. And I talk about this all the time with Terrence. I don't see enough black men holding other black men accountable. A black man will have, we have how many podcasts of black men telling black women how they should look, how they should think, how they should eat, how they should act, how they should feel, how they should behave, how they should sleep, how they should walk, how they should dress, how they should talk, how they should think, how they should be educated, how they shouldn't be educated. I mean, you can throw a rock and you can hit six podcasts alone with one rock, with that, with that type of platform. Where are the black men who stand up like um grits and eggs, and ask for accountability? And when it happens, what happens is what you say is what happened on your post, when you get these men who the first thing that they hear anytime that they hear um a black man trying to either talk about protection of a black woman, talk about the health and the wealth and the well-being of a black woman. It's almost like there's something that stirs up in certain black men, and they have to always come and like just shoot it down, for lack of better words. um and I don't know where that comes from. I don't want to speculate on where that comes from, but um I lost my point. My point is that I would love to see black men start talking to black men and try to handle black men the way you want to handle us. You want us to look and behave a certain way, but you don't ask your fellow brother to do the same thing. You want us to be pietous and to be this and be that, but you want us to be damn near perfect for you, but you don't ask your fellow black man or yourself to rise up, to raise your standards. Because if I'm here and you want me to be here because you have all these podcasts and think tanks and platforms and songs and whatever, and you want us to be here, you want us to operate here, but you refuse to come from down here, that's a problem. And we don't have enough black men saying, hey, shut the fuck up and get on your shit. Come up here. We are requiring our women to be up here. We need to be up here too. And the black men who come out and say shut the fuck up and come out and come up to the standards, those are the men that y'all say are simps, pandering, or this nigga must be gay. It's never let me listen to what he's saying. Let me figure out what it is that everybody is saying. Or you know what, he's right, there we do have problems. We should be able to separate the bullshit from the real shit and say, okay, we need to stop this because it hasn't gotten us anywhere. That's what protection looks like at its start, right? It's accountability. I feel like once we can get a hold of that, a lot of other stuff will fall into place because because we have imposter syndrome already in our in our community. That's not a surprise, right? And I would like to give grace to all of us, black people, for the imposter syndrome, because we really did have to figure out who we are, right? We had to figure out who we are, um without the labels, because when we came over here we were told who we are. We were told who we are for hundreds and hundreds of years, and trying to figure out who we are, and the world doesn't stop and say, you know what, you would have had a bad go of it. I'm going to give you some cushion. I'm going to give you some love. I'm going to give you some space and let you figure out who it is that you are. As a matter of fact, it was completely different for black people. So I get it. We kind of walk around like we are chickens with our head cut off a lot of times because slavery,
Slavery.
right?
Yeah.
But at some point we need to shit or get off the pot, right?
So I do think that um like we talk about these podcasts, and we and unfortunately, because I know that just in general, when you talk about social media and you talk about just giving opinions and things like that,
Hope y'all
um
didn't hear my knee crack on camera.
I heard it crack. Yeah. But anyway,
For a 4-year-old.
you know, there are podcasts out here that we hear, you know, guys talking about women, women talking about guys. We hear it, and that's why I say, when you have a conversation that was like, yo, hey, let's let's look at this from another way for a second, because it's kind of like this. We can always blame each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a second.
Because
Let's
that's
blame
very
tomorrow.
easy.
But like, let's blame tomorrow, right now.
Yeah.
Let's get to this, right? Because the thing is that, and the reason that I even made the point starting out when I talked about the mindset of a lady just operating in the world, knowing that she is of lesser physical strength than damn near every man that walks by her, right?
And can I just, to that point, you said just the fact that a woman is walking around in the world with less physical strength and all that.
The knowledge of knowing that in a one-on-one situation, unless he is some extra small runt,
Right.
her chances of physical altercation is not
Exactly.
there.
Imagine being in that position, and then if something happens, having the world tell you that it was your fault, or having the world tell you it's not that bad, or it probably is that bad, but since you are not the at the top of the totem pole, you are not our ideal person ever. We really don't care about your about what happened. Uh, so that is just an extra layer being added on as a black woman. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you know I'm not gonna say no names, so I'm not gonna call out anybody's name. But that does happen a lot, especially when you don't look the part and you start a whole movement, and then people say, "You mean that that person got essayed?" And I'm not calling no names.
But I don't think she did. I think she did it on behalf of. Why would you see?
I didn't say it was you. I said some people.
No, but she that didn't even have nothing to do with it. But wait, you just hate that lady so much.
I didn't say that. You did.
I never said I hate that lady.
No, I didn't say I hate it, but I said you looking like.
First of all, ugly women get essayed every day.
But you looked at her and said,
when I saw who was the face,
and then you said, oh, it was a friend. Okay.
But had she come out and said it was me, I'd have been like, well, I've seen some people's first baby mamas. That is not out of the realm of possibility.
What if
their first baby mamas be a whole?
What if the one that keeps wanting attention said that happened?
What?
What if the one that you say wants attention all the time?
Well, I was making such a good.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like,
y'all
you are right. You are.
Let me. The year of our Lord and Savior, 2025, 9:16 p.m. Shannon Pruitt is stating with certainty that TJ is full of shit. Okay, if y'all knew what this man was talking about, why would you introduce that into my good? I was on. I hate you so much. This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Would I believe her? Yeah,
well, you know,
I would. I would. I oh God.
You would.
Yeah, I would.
Why? Because you're on your spiritual journey.
Only because the Shannon 5 minutes ago.
But you are absolutely right. So you know,
you're going to hell. By
and
the
thing is, here's the thing. I'm
not sitting by you for the rest of the night.
I'm just saying.
Ignorant for no reason.
Yeah. But what were we saying?
I don't know. You brought up the two ugliest people I know in the world.
I didn't bring them up.
Why would you use them? As a matter of fact,
I was just looking and I was like,
they have something in common too. But
look, you know what? I need y'all to understand that our hearts are good.
My heart tried to be good.
It is. Our hearts are good. It's our
me.
brains that sometimes. So don't charge it to our head and not our heart. Okay. But you know, going around, like you said, going around in life and then saying somebody did something, they say that is your fault. That is, we put this thing back on the rails. And it's in your head. It's in your head now because you like.
Once I connected the dots, I was like, "What is?" Because at first I was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
And then you saw it, and then you was like, "You know what?" So, with that being said, all I want to say is
my gasket is flabbered. Okay.
Here was the last podcast.
Okay, let me get back to my point.
I was about to make one.
Here on the last podcast, we don't condone ugly shaming.
You know a lot of these folks like this?
We don't do it in the last podcast. We do it after the camera is off.
Oh, the show is an entity.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Gotcha. Because we love everybody here.
Yeah. Yeah. We do love everybody. It was God. God told us to.
And I don't like to call people ugly. I really don't anymore because I'm on my spiritual journey. But
I mean, how long is this gonna last?
God keeps putting
I know this
one
picture.
particular person
I'm over
in
it
my
already.
face every day. And the only reason why you have not gotten any screenshots in
Because
your
you are
inbox,
working on
because I'm
yourself.
working on myself. Because I know you done seen 3 that you know you should have gotten.
I really have not, but
Oh.
somehow I get updated by you. Like I didn't even see this. I don't want to see it,
Y'all,
and yet you refuse to
Mm.
suffer by yourself.
and this is such a this yeah. So what I was saying is imagine having to deal with having to deal with all of that and nobody believing your pain and nobody caring about your pain because you are a Black woman. So and we don't have to out victimize each other. I don't know what it feels like to be a Black man. All I know is that I wish that they would leave y'all the hell alone because y'all are the hottest commodity on earth, right? And y'all are our lifeline. You carry our seed, you carry our legacy. So there is no but I do want y'all to get y'all shit together. And here's why I really want Black men to get your shit together, not because for selfish reasons, because it would make my life a whole lot better, but it's because y'all are operating in such a low vibration and that is not who you were supposed to be. There is no wonder or the reason why y'all are so magical is because y'all are magical beings. But y'all want to put yourselves on this low ass playing field with these mediocre ass people.
Wait though,
But you don't have to be you don't have to be thugs. You don't have to be gangsters. You don't have to be these perpetrating ass. You want to know why? Because y'all are the most magical people.
Can we talk to them though?
Talk to who?
Because when you say I need y'all Black men get y'all shit together, like
yeah, I'm talking to Black men.
I know, but I don't look and say,
well, you got titties like a woman. We're not talking to you.
And you got shoulders like Lauren Taylor. Okay.
Hey, Lawrence.
For me to, and just
Tiffany, see your eyes.
I know. I seen that.
That was those edibles. The edibles.
No, it's not.
We asked that the crackheads to come and give us to us so we can give back to the community.
So, give back. That's called distribution, man. We don't do that here.
My bad. I thought. Sorry, I'm still on church.
Anyway,
brain.
But the thing is that now I'm saying
you said why don't I talk to them?
What I'm saying is when you say Black men get your shit together.
Yeah.
You guys.
But you don't
agree
with that?
On a vibration. I want you someone this.
You don't agree with that?
What I agree with is because here's the thing. Let's just mention
because if you say Black women get your shit together. Black women get your shit together.
But let's mention Sexy Red, right?
Do we have to?
And I say all the people that are following the Sexy Red train, Black women get your stuff. Most women ain't out here trying to be Sexy Red. I mean, it's a lot, but it ain't. Most of them ain't trying to be Sexy Red, right? I want to talk to the ones that are out here saying, "Yo, I want to be this ratchet. Let's level up to the rest of the ladies that are actually out here trying to do something, just like for the men." So I'm gonna talk to the men. The fellas that are out here believing that, the streets are the fastest way, believing that, you just gonna sit around the neighborhood and chill and play dominoes under the shade tree. Listen, we got so much more in us. There are a lot of Black men that are doing a lot of great things. But the thing is, there's becoming this gap and this divide that's going to really kill our whole race as a whole, because I believe that the anchor will pull the rest of us down, or we would have to really separate and cut bait, which will cut our numbers. We need all the numbers we can. And so for all of the men who are feeling like you are not operating at your highest level, start operating at your highest level. For all the men that are out here that are being great fathers, shout out to you. For the men that are still not in your children's life, I need you to go out there and go do what you need to do. Get yourself healed so you can go out there. And sometimes your presence, just your presence, you don't have to have everything together. Just show up and say, hey, I'm going to try my best. Kids understand because I posted something. This is men's mental health month, right? Mm-hmm. I saw this story by it was Van Lathan, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. He said, and I posted it, and he said, his his daddy got into it, and his dad said, "Boy, I got some Burger King for you." He said, "Burger King is cool, Dad, but I'm the apology." Dad looked at him and said, "Boy, you must think you whooped my ass. I'm the bull around here, this, and that." And I said, "Funny story." But Dad answered that wrong, because as we're talking about mental health and we're talking about, oh, ladies, do this and create a safe space when we come to you, men, we have a role for our sons to have a better mental health about themselves,
Yeah.
which is a confidence about themselves, which is a thought process of ability that they can be whatever they want to be. And what happened is when you couldn't tell yourself to tell your son, "I'm sorry," when he was clearly offended, and it didn't sound like he said it in this type of disrespectful way, you could have at least even asked. And I'm just talking about this scenario. Well, why you think you deserve an apology? He could have told you, could say, "Hey, well, whatever the case, sorry for that. Didn't mean this. We good to eat the Burger King," because he was cool with the Burger King. He just wanted, "I'm sorry for my dad." You know what you taught him?
You taught him that
Never to say, "I'm sorry." Right? And so he's gonna go one or two ways. He's gonna say, "I didn't like the way they feel, and I'm gonna make sure I tell people I'm sorry," or, "Oh, this is how we do," right?
This is how
So now if he gets in a mindset to where it's like, "Oh, I'm never say I'm sorry," whatever, mentally he's gonna be put in situations that is gonna be harming him, and he's not gonna know. So we have a responsibility as much as anybody when we are present to make sure that we help our sons so that when they get 25, they don't have to heal from their childhood.
Yeah. And the which goes back to the accountability. Accountability doesn't mean you start with your brother that's your age. Accountability, you started and you sow the seed, you plant the seed in the young man. I have a text message from one of our viewers. If she wants me to say her name, I can. If not, I don't have to. But it says, Black men ran in droves to protect Ryan Clark in less than 24 hours, which is great. But do they do the same for Angel Reese? No, they just say she look good though. Now, I will
Protect
say,
her in what though?
well,
I want, is there a specific thing that she's talking about?
Probably based on what RG3 said. So, and you're probably going to say, well, you're probably going to say, well, Ryan Clark did, that was protection.
Okay,
When I knew we had really failed, I don't want to say failed, that we had really reached a really low point was the Sha'Carri Richardson issue. And when I saw grown ass, old ass Black men say some of the things that they said to this, how old was she then?
Probably about 19.
So I still 19. I still consider you a child, right? I don't care what society says. I know where I was in the age of 19 in my headspace. I was not an adult. Okay. But the reaction, the vitriol reaction to Sha'Carri Richardson when she had an incident, right? And marijuana. She didn't kill anybody. She didn't shoot anybody. She didn't rape anybody. She didn't have any sex crimes. She made a mistake. And I saw Black men go after this young child, this young lady, in a way that was so disgusting. It turned me completely off from it made me really look at Black men very differently. And what pissed me off the most is that I did not see one Black. Well, no, that is a lie. I did. I saw a few Black men come out and I don't want to say reprimand. I saw Black men going back and forth with these group of Black men who were. I mean, it was the things that they were saying was so disgusting. And it makes me wonder, what is it? What is it about Black women that make Black men feel like that they can just say the most ignorant, the most disgusting, the most vitriol, the most hurtful things, and and it's supposed to be okay, and I guess it is okay because again, I didn't see a lot of Black men say, you're wrong. You're wrong for what you're saying. Like this is nasty. This is disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like you're supposed to be a man. You no no. It's like it snowballed, and I lost a lot of respect for a lot of for. I'm not gonna lie. There were Black men who I really respected. I lost a lot of respect for a lot of Black, and they probably don't care. I mean, whatever. But um, that really showed me in a way just how low we are. Because in that moment, wouldn't you?
What did you see? I mean, like give context as far as what did you see?
Um, this is a stupid bitch. I hope this dumb. That's what this dumb bitch get.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I mean, I, you don't remember none of the stuff. You didn't see any of that.
I didn't see anybody calling her
Oh man,
a stupid bee
yo, stupid.
or
I mean, this ghetto. This what this ghetto bitch do. This is
yeah,
why
no.
we.
I
I
didn't see
saw.
anybody
I
on the
but
pages.
even if they say this is what she gets, and really, is this really what she gets?
Yeah, so on the and I'll tell you this, on the pages that I was on, some of the sports pages, some of the sports stuff, it was more so about opportunity missed, this and that. But I didn't see anybody call her I call her out of her name.
TJ, I guess you did because
No, I didn't see anybody call her out of her name.
I showed you remember me and you. This when we were in the other studio. I showed you what we were seeing. Like me and you had a whole conversation about it.
I know, no, we had a whole conversation about it. I don't remember. Like if you showed me, I don't remember you showing me. What I'm saying is, I didn't see any of that discourse on mine. So I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying that going through and us talking about like, man, you blew an opportunity. I can't believe that that we got to this point, this and that. But it like to dumb B and stupid B and things like that. That's out of bounds.
Now I have to stop you. Oh man, she blew an opportunity. You and I both know the overtone, the undertone in the comments were not that. Oh man, you blew it. It was not that at all. You know how nasty it was.
In comparison to calling her a stupid B or a dumb B, it wasn't that wasn't what I saw nor what I seen when on the people on my personal page or whatever the case may be. A lot of people were upset because they understand this is a 1 in 4 year chance. This was an opportunity where you come from out of Oak Cliff. But I didn't see this come across my timeline where people were calling her out her name. I just didn't see it.
Okay. Well, it was done. And I remember this.
And I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it because I know how people are.
Right. So so now, and everybody, it's not everybody was calling, but they definitely were. This is why you can't, these ghetto hoes. It was nasty, and it was grown ass men who had daughters and granddaughters. It was grown ass men who if you hold a mirror up to their lives, they really are the dumb hoes and the dumb bitches, right? But I did not see a lot of men come out and speak out against what was being said. And then, people try to, well, I'm an athlete, or, this is as coming from an athlete when do you take your mask off and be who you are, right? And when I say that, I mean, yeah, you may have been an athlete, but you can look past your athletic eyes and see that this is a young Black child. And because when I think of Black kids, I think of of those are like my kids. And you've probably heard me say this before. If I'm driving and especially if I see like a group of black boys, I keep my eyes on them as long as I possibly can, because I feel like I don't know who they are. I don't know who their parents are, but if they are in my purview, if I can see them, I want to make sure that they are okay, because I know what type of world that they live in. And I know everybody does not think, behave, or have my same type of sentiments, and I'm okay with that. But I feel like at some point we used to look out for each other better than what we do now, right? We can all agree, and we could not see that yes, she made a mistake. We act y'all acted like y'all was so fucking perfect. Y'all had never made a mistake ever in y'all's life, right? And they wanted to convict her so bad. It's almost like it was like a fever dream. It was so weird how the response to this young lady, and then to add insult to injury, I'm like, she just lost her mother. Her mom just died. She literally just buried her. She literally just buried her. And well, that's not an excuse. Your mama's still living. You don't know what an excuse is. And but it was so disgusting. Again, I like is, as you can see, it really affected me. It stayed with me because again, black women, who are our protectors besides ourselves? And it's sad that we have those sentiments, and it's sad that it's not just me. I'm not just an outlier. You talk to black women all over and they're going to give you the same, the same sentiments just about. Does that mean that we just have the all black men are just ain't no good? And no, that's not what we're saying. But we're saying in its totality, we feel unloved, we feel unprotected. And if we say that, don't take that and make it, as an indictment against you. What we're saying is protect us. We feel unprotected, protect us. If you say you feel unloved, that means that we need to love you. We need to step up our game and love you the way you need to be loved. If we say we feel unprotected, protect us the way that we need to be protected. But that also means that both parties have to take responsibility for our behaviors. Because like I stated earlier, we can't ask for protection and then put ourselves in these dumbass situations, because no, I would not advise any black man to come up and help a woman who keeps putting herself in the same situations, because your life matters, right? It's not just the black woman that needs protected. Black men also need protected too, but in a different way. So that's just my spiel.
All right. Well, there you go. Listen, make sure to keep up with us here on The Last Podcast, on The Last Podcast 1 on Facebook, and on Instagram. It is _The Last Podcast.
I don't remember your eyes being low anytime tonight.
I don't know. Tiffany said they were low. So, I don't know. So
but he did smoke a little crack before we came. But crackheads, their eyes be wide, don't.
I don't know.
Well, maybe
I don't know crackheads.
He smoked a little cocktail.
I don't know. I don't know crackheads. Are you doing crackhead jokes? Because you said you don't do crackhead jokes.
Well, only because you're the crackhead.
Listen,
God gave me a pass for you.
Did he really?
Yes.
If I was a crackhead, I'd be a lot smaller. Also,
you're not smoking it, right? you add bacon grease to yours, and that's not how it's supposed to go. That's not how it's supposed to go.
Cracking Lord, just cracking Lord.
I keep telling you, everything don't taste better with bacon, David.
Everything do taste better with bacon. And if I was a crackhead, I would want some bacon in my crack. Yo, make sure.
Pause. Because crackheads do a lot with different cracks, okay?
Yo, you know what? You know what? With that being said,
that needs a good
clip. Hey, yo. Pause, please. Pause that. God dang. I said that.
Yeah, you did.
Out loud. Wow.
Your big nasty ass. Please end this before this really be the last podcast.